Good morning, and happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday morning. Half the week is about over. We're getting started at the beginning of Wednesday. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How we doing this morning? How is y'all's weeks gone? Week. It's week, not weeks. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing this morning? We're going to let a few of y'all join. Good morning. I'm going to let a few of y'all join. I got up a little early this morning. Good morning. I didn't have time. Good morning. He's so sweet. I really like him. He's just the cutest thing. So I got up probably a couple hours early this morning so I could finish piecing that quilt. I wanted to be able to quilt that quilt with y'all this morning. So I'm going to let a few of y'all join here right quick. We are going to be, I'm going to show y'all how to use blue tiles this morning. I'm going to show you how to use them, but then we're going to go back to the end. Good morning, Karen. You are new to quilting, but love it. Awesome. Well, you've found a fun live, Karen, because we have lots and lots of fun here. So it is fun. So yesterday we pieced a Halloween quilt. So this morning, thanks for the follow. So yesterday we pieced a Halloween quilt. That was lots of fun. I showed y'all how to make a new quilt square. And with that new quilt square, we added it to that Halloween panel. So now what we're going to do today, I'm going to show y'all, because we have, let's see if I can get them out. I'm going to get that one out because I think that one's like the starter kit. I'm going to show y'all how to use it. So, ooh, hey, I found the marker. So we have clear blue tiles. I don't know if you've heard of clear blue tiles or not. So clear blue tiles are made by Kimberbell. I went and took a class with Kimberbell, gosh, a few years ago. I think my husband actually went with me. And y'all, it's a game changer. It is completely a game changer if you don't have a long arm and you are quilting and you would like to quilt your own quilts. Because, you know, sending them out to quilters, you know, you have to wait for it to get back, and you always stress because you've put so much hard work into these quilts that you're making, you know. And what if you had the opportunity to quilt them yourself? Well, if you have an embroidery machine, you can quilt those yourself. You can quilt them yourself. So, they have, I mean, the size of these little squares go way down here, y'all. So like this one right here is a 4x6 block. That one is a full, good morning. This one's like a 4x6 block. They have all different sizes here. So what we're going to do is, like I said, I got up early this morning, y'all, really early, because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I got to get that quilt finished because we didn't have time to finish that quilt yesterday morning. So needless to say, oh my gosh, y'all, there is like a tiny one that is like a 2x2 square. Could you imagine how long it would take to quilt a quilt with a 2x2? I mean, it's possible. It is totally possible. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning. It is totally possible, but that would take a little bit. So I'm going to take, so when you get the blue tiles, you also get a marker. So this marker is a water soluble pen. It says ink will appear after a few, ink will appear after a few seconds. Pre-test on a water soluble. So anyways, so you can use this marker to mark your quilts and then it'll go away. So you'll have to just, I think if they're wash away, I believe they're wash away. I like the friction pins. I don't know if y'all have used the friction pins. Friction pins are my favorite, and I don't have one right now. So it's kind of a bummer. So what we're going to do is, good morning. So we're going to go to the bedroom. So, like I said, I live in a camper. I don't have a lot of space. So where I lay my quilts out is on into the bedroom. So I'm going to take y'all, we're going to take my quilt hoop too. We're going to take my quilt hoop because we're going to hoop that quilt. I've already got it sandwiched. I finished piecing it bright and early this morning, y'all. So we're going to take, and I'm going to put y'all on there. And I am going to, just spent the last hour chasing my, oh my gosh, Lisa, sorry, what the heck? Well, thanks, I appreciate it. I try to do hard, I try, I really try. So, so I'm going to take a couple of hoops back here because I'm going to show y'all how this works. I'm going to take another hoop, and it all depends on what hoop you have. All depends on what hoop you have, because like I said, they have all kinds of different sizes of, let's take that one. I'm going to take that one. Yeah, we'll take that one. All my quilts are on a regular machine. If you have an embroidery machine, check this out because it's lots of fun. Lots of fun. So I'm going to make a stack here, and we're going to hit it. Ah! Do not drop all those, because I want y'all to see how many different ones of the blue tiles. Because I do have, what do you call it? The add-on for that. Good morning, good morning. So like I said, we're using Kimberbell. I'll take that with me too. I'm going to take that with me too. We're going on walkabout, y'all. We are going on walkabout this morning. It's like, space. That small space, y'all. So we are going back here, and like I said, I already got it sandwiched this morning, so, and I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, and I'll show y'all the quilt and show y'all what I added onto the quilt yesterday, because I was excited we got it finished. So I added that checkered onto the side, and then we got it all sandwiched. So we have it on the bottom too. That's square. I love the square. It turned out cool, right? Turned out really cool, right? So I was having fun this morning, and I got it all sewed on, and then realized that the bottom one I ended up cutting too short. So there's like a little strip there. You really can't see it though, but right? It turned out cool. But y'all, check out the backing fabric that I found. So I found this for the backing. What do you think about that? I think that is going to be fun. I think that is going to be a fun backing for it. So I'm thinking for the back, we're going to, right? This is from my stash, Marshall Dry Goods, y'all, Batiks, flat folds. You can get a bundle of flat folds from Marshall Dry Goods. Phenomenal, phenomenal fabric. So what we have is, like I said, I'm going to show y'all how to do these blue tiles. Thanks, Lisa. I'm going to show y'all how to do these blue tiles with this quilt. And I'm thinking, so we're going to quilt, I think we agreed yesterday that we're going to quilt this quilt with the candy corns, because I have a quilting design that has candy corns on it. So I'm thinking we're going to quilt it with that. So what I'm going to do is, are you going to sit there? It's going to sit on the bed. Don't move. Don't move. So they said, so I'm going to show you how these clear blue tiles work. I'm going to show you how they work. Where we're actually going to use the, embroidery machine, the brother. I'm going to use the projector on the camera on the brother. So I'm going to show y'all though. I'm going to show y'all how these work. So like I said, you have all kinds of different sizes. Depending on what you need, you can do one for the, what do you call it, sashing. Somebody told me yesterday it was called the sashing. I think somebody said sashing. So you have one that, this one is 3 by 10. I think that one might be a little big. This one is 2 by 10. So here we go. So say you needed to quilt that side right here. You needed to quilt that side. So what you would do, if you wanted to do this all the way on the side, I am good. How are you, Mimi? Where's my marker? Marker. I just had the thing. This is what happens, is I lose stuff. Anyways, well, we're not going to mark it anyways. Like I said, we're going to use, okay. So what you would do is you would go all the way down. So you would start down at the bottom, but each one, you would come in here and you have the center mark. That circle right there is where the center of your hoop is. So that's the center of your hoop. So you would come in here and you would mark that. Oh, here it is right here. Hello. So you would come in here, you mark a dot there, and then you'd mark all these right here. And then right here, you put the size, you would write in the size of this. So this is a 2x10. So they say that you could write a 2x10 right there, but me, I just take a piece of tape and I write 2x10 next to it. That way I know what hooping it is. So like I said, you're marking the dot, all 4 sides here, and then you go and mark around each corner. Because what happens is you mark around each corner, and so you've marked this one right here. So this one's all marked. Say this one's marked. So we need to keep going down that. So that one got marked there, so we're going to move that up. So you're moving it up to here where you've already marked the corner here and lining it up there, and then you just keep going down. So what you would do is you would go, and then like say here in the middle, we're going to use some bigger ones. We're going to use some bigger ones here. So you have this one in here. So on this one, you know, same thing. Same thing. So you have that center dot. So you would mark that center dot. Then you would draw lines all the way here. And on this one, you have that arrow. That way you know which way is up and which way is down. And then here, the size of it is an 8x14 block. Then you would come and you would mark the corner there. You'd mark that corner. You'd mark that side right there. Mark this side right here. Mark the corner. Mark that one. And then mark the corner right there. So why you mark this side and the corners all there? Let me show you. So here is your embroidery hoop. Here is your embroidery hoop. So I'm going to show you. So like that one's a little big for that hoop. Let me find one that fits in my hoop here. This is a smaller hoop. So let's put this one here. Say we've marked this one on the fabric. We've marked this one on the fabric, and make sure that this is marked up. So the reason that you mark, because you would mark, you see that line there, and then you have this line here, and then you have a line here, and you have a line here, and then you have that center dot. The reason you are doing that is on your hoop, you see this mark right here? That mark right there is going to line up with that line right there. This mark up here is going to mark right there. So you're literally on each side of your hoop is a center point. So this Kimberbell template is going to line up with each one of those marks. When it lines up with each one of those marks, and then your dot is going to be the center of your hoop. So when you go to your center, so when you're loading this into your embroidery machine, you're going to have it loaded into there, and then you're going to have that center. So the majority of machines, well, all the machines I've ever used, starts in the center. So when you start that design, it goes to the center, or you have a button on your machine that gives you the option to go right to the center. And this is where that goes. So that is the center of where that needle would come down, right in the center right there. So that is how that works. So again, this is how these blue tiles work. So you have so, as you can see, so many different sizes to choose from. So depending on, no matter if you're just doing pot holders, or you're doing a baby quilt, you're doing a lap quilt, this is a lap quilt, or you're doing a queen size, no matter what size of quilt you're doing, they have small sizes from a 2x2 all the way up to huge. You know, they have huge ones too. So, and then, so what you do is you have the sashing on this quilt. So we take this sashing, this one is 2x10. So again, so you're going to mark your whole quilt before you even start quilting on this. So as you're marking your quilt, so this one, like right here, because like I said, you mark all 4 of these, make sure you mark the arrow up, and you're using this water soluble pen that comes with Kimberbell. You get it with the, what do you call it? With the blue tiles. So this box right here is to mark the size. I can't write that small, so I just use a piece of the medical tape that I use and write the size on the medical tape. And then you come and you mark all 4 corners. Mark all 4 corners there, and then you also mark your center pieces. So you mark your center there, your center here, your center here, and your center here. So then, now that you have that marked, you need to go all the way up the side of that. You need to go all the way up the side of that. So what you're going to do is, so you've marked here, so then you're going to move this up to here where you've marked, and then continue marking all the way around. So you'd mark all the way up that side, and then you would go to the other side of the quilt and mark all the way up that side. It's all dependent on how you want to quilt this. It's your option. Like the squares up there, we could find a blue tile that's the same size as that square and mark it to there. We could totally mark it to there. And then what we could do is, like I said, you come in here and then you start down here. So we're going to start right on this corner here. And we would take, again, you'd put a dot here, draw your 4 lines, and then on this upper one, it's an arrow. Make sure you put it as an arrow, because you want to know which way's up and which way's down when you're loading this into the hoop. And then, like I said, they have this little bitty box. I use a piece of medical tape and write on it. They have this little bitty box to put your 8x12. That way you know what size of embroidery design you're using off of the Kimberbell files. So, and then you come and you mark. So you mark your centerpiece here, you mark your centerpiece here, your centerpiece here, and your centerpiece here. And then you mark all 4 corners. So you kind of draw a line around all 4 corners here. Mark all 4 corners. And now that you've marked all 4 corners, you move to the next one. So now we're going on, and then you keep going. So you've marked this one down here, you move on, and you mark this one. So you literally mark your whole quilt out. That way it's all ready to go, and then you take it to your embroidery machine. And again, the reason you're marking those center pieces is on your hoop. You have your hoop. So this is sitting in the hoop. So you have this loaded into your machine, and you have those markings centered. So you have your center point here, your center point here, your center point here, and your center point here. And you are lining it up with the center point on each side of that hoop. That way you know exactly where that is loading. And then you have your center of the hoop right there. So do we have any questions? Do we have any questions on this? Like I said, these are the blue tiles by Kimberbell. These are, good morning. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. That was, I'll go over it one more time before we go to the embroidery machine. I'll go over it one more time. So, so my flash goal today, y'all, is the heart me. So I have 15 heart me's if y'all want to send me heart me's. If not, that's okay. No biggie. I just appreciate y'all hanging out with me. So, okay. So I'm going to explain this again, and then we're going to hoop my other hoop, and we are going to start embroidering on this. We're going to start embroidering. So I'm going to go over, thank you very much. Thank you. So we are going over the Kimberbell blue tiles this morning. We are going over the Kimberbell blue tiles. So Kimberbell blue tiles, y'all. So this is the expansion set. Like I said, it literally comes with every size that you would ever need on there. Thanks for the heart me's. It would come with every size that you ever need. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show y'all again. And y'all, I'm going to show y'all. So they have this 2x10. So we had that 2x10 here. But what if you got to the top and the size was a little bit more narrower? It was a little bit more narrower than that. So, so you didn't need it as big. Well, they have more of, so this one is 2x8. That one, so I have two 2x10s. But anyways, as you can see, they have smaller ones and it keeps getting smaller. They actually have one that's a 2x2. So you'll be able to, no matter what the width of this or your quilt is, you'll be able to find the blue tiles to be able to finish that up. So, but what you do, so like I said, if you want to do a sashing on it, you take and line this up here. You line it up here, and then you take and you're going to draw your lines. So you're going to draw your lines. You're going to use that water-soluble pen that they give you. Or you can get you a chalk. I like to use chalk personally, or the friction pins. I love friction pins because it comes off when you iron it. So you draw a line, draw a line, draw a line, and then you make sure and draw that arrow because you want to know which way is up. And then you put that dot. Then you draw the center here, the center here, your center here, and your center here. And then you curve around and mark each one of your corners. Mark each one of your corners here. Once you've done that, you move up to the next one. So you've marked that down there. So then you just keep moving up and you mark this one. Same thing, your center, your lines, and then your up arrow. Yes, Lisa, that's fine. And then you have your center, your center, your center, and your center. And then you mark your corners. You're marking your corners. That way you know where to move that next one up to. That way you know where to move that up, the next one up to. So you go through and you mark all that. So once you've done that, then you have your bigger pieces. So you want to come mark the center of your quilt. So on the center of your quilt, you're doing the same thing. You're marking all 4 lines here with your up arrow. This is for your size. Like I said, I use a little piece of tape to write it on. So this is an 8 by 12 block. And then you mark your centers. Mark center here, center here, center here, and then center here. And then you mark all your corners. When you mark all your corners, it lets you go up to the next one. And then you keep marking. So you would actually mark your whole quilt. And it'll be ready to go into the hoop. The way you line it up into your hoop, that's where your centerpieces come into play. That is where your centerpieces come into play. So you center this into your hoop, and you see where that centerpiece is? It lines up with the center here. That centerpiece lines up with that center. That centerpiece lines up with that center, and this centerpiece lines up with that center. And then this is the middle of your hoop. That is the exact middle of your hoop. So that is how you use the blue tiles. They work really well. I have a projector on my screen, so I've kind of moved from the blue tiles to the projector. I don't use the blue tiles anymore, so I like the projector. It works phenomenal. So, I mean, if you want to lay your quilt out, you can totally do it this way, and that way you know exactly where you need to go. But I kind of cheat and use the projector. So we're going to hoop. We're going to hoop this with my, so I have a magnetic frame on there. Thanks for the heart me's, y'all. Thanks for the heart me's. So I'm going to use this magnetic frame. We're going to go ahead and get this hooped. We're going to go to the embroidery machine, and we're going to start using the Kimberbell files. So I'm not going to use the blue tiles, but I am going to use their files, because they have one. It's for fall, I believe. It's a fall one, and that's the one that has the candy corns on it. That is the one that has the candy corns. Magnetic hoop. So I'm going to show y'all how to use this magnetic hoop. So this is by Dime. This is a Dime magnetic hoop. So on your magnetic hoops, you have this that goes in the middle. Make sure you keep this. This is where you can keep the magnetic hoop, because if you put that magnet on top of there, you're going to have a heck of a time pulling it apart. So this is to keep in storage. So this is when you're not using the hoop. You want to make sure and put this in the middle of it. So we're going to do. So this goes on the outside. So this goes underneath. So this will go underneath. So what we're going to do is we're going to hoop underneath. And I always have about 3 inches on the side of my quilt. That way it allows me to go ahead and quilt to the edge. It allows me to quilt to the edge. I'm going to put this stuff back in this box here. That way we can get going on hooping and get going on quilting this quilt, y'all. They have all kinds of videos. I was watching videos this morning on blue tiles, because of course I went searching. Like I said, small pieces. That's a 2 by 2. Is that not cool? I mean, could you imagine quilting a whole quilt with a 2 by 2 square? That would be a lot. That would take a while there, y'all. Okay. So I'm going to put that back in there. Move that there. And put that down there. That one down here. Okay, so we're going to move this quilt up some. I'm going to put this under here. You stay there. And I'm going to show y'all how I do the edge. So I use tape on the edge. That way you can quilt to the edge, but the presser foot doesn't do that. So on the magnetic hoops, I'll show you. So on those magnetic hoops, when you hoop it, you want to flip it over and make sure the backing is tight. Let me flip this back over because it's not. So you just pull the backing of your fabric over and it kind of gets it all tight under there for you. So now that you have it like that, what we'll do is we'll take it to the embroidery machine and we're going to tape. We're going to tape around these edges. I'll show you. Oh, don't do that. So we're going to use, and they have tape that's made for it, but I use a medical tape. It's a paper medical tape. It's fairly cheap. You can get it at any department store of any kind, and your sewing machine just sews right through it. Works just phenomenal. So let me flip you back around, and we're going to load this up, and we're going to go to the embroidery machine. And I was thinking black for the candy corns, y'all. What do you think? So we'll use orange for the base color, I think. Or no, I might just use white on the base color. But I'm thinking we'll use black to quilt it in. What do you guys think about that? Thank you. I appreciate it. That was a lot of fun making it with y'all yesterday. And I did repost the video, and I'm sorry, but the download didn't work very well. And I downloaded it again, and it still didn't work very well. So not exactly sure what happened with the replay. And I don't know if I can contact TT and ask them and if they will look at it, but I'll try. But so a lot of my better call IT, right, Amy? Good morning, Miss Amy. So I'm not exactly sure what happened on it, but who knows? So, but the video's there. I just don't have any. Thank you very much for the heart me. That's number 9, y'all. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Maybe they need a good IT person, right? But if I get another job, y'all, I'm opening a quilt shop. I'm going to open a quilt shop. That is my dream. That is my dream, is to open a quilt shop, y'all. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to get a bobbin. And I think on the bobbin, we're just going to do a regular bobbin. Here we go. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom. And I'm thinking black. What do you guys think? Because I think it'll make it pop. A lot of times you don't want to see what's quilted on there. I think we want to see this one. What do you guys think about that? I think we want to see what's quilted. I don't know. I just have this idea that we need to see it. You guys good with that? Or orange? I thought about orange too. Do we want black or orange, y'all? Black or orange? Yeah. I'm thinking black. I'm thinking we're going to go with black. I don't have a lot of orange. And I don't want to run out. Nothing worse than running out of thread. Stay there. Nothing worse than running out of thread. Okay. Got that one. Okay. So I think we'll do the white on the bottom. And then we're going to do black on top. We'll do black. I think black will be good, guys. I think black. Black candy corn. Black candy corn. Would be like a black licorice? Ooh, I like black licorice. A lot of people don't like black licorice, but I like black licorice. It's good. I'm going to move y'all over to the other hoop here. Other hoop. Now I'm hooping, y'all. Y'all get hooped along with everything else here. So we're going to load you on there. Every time I do that, it's like, do you want to cancel your live? No, I don't want to cancel my live. We're going to have some fun today. We are going to have some fun today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this right here. And we're going to put in a new, we're going to put in a new bobbin here. We are going to get ready, y'all. I'm excited. I always get excited. Like I said, I was crazy this morning because I was so excited to sew with y'all this morning and I wanted to get that quilt finished. So I literally got up at like 12:45 this morning, y'all. I know I'm lost my ever-loving mind, but I got up early to get that quilt finished so we would be able to quilt the Halloween quilt today. I was like, you know what? The heck with it. I had some work I had to do anyways. I had a server that I had to redo. So I figured, I was like, you know what? I'll get up and I'll do my work. And while I'm doing my work, I'll work on that quilt. And I got it finished this morning. So that worked out really well. And y'all get the benefit. I may be completely tired by the time this afternoon goes. Yes. So I actually go to bed between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every night. So I am not a late, I don't know. I'm like one of those old people that they're like, it's time for bed. But my mother got older. She always, she stayed up till 2 in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing, Ma? What are you doing? So, but I get up way early. So I get up way early. So we're adding, we're changing the embroidery foot out of here. So we're putting on the embroidery foot. It's a W. I'm on the Luminaire 2. I am on the Luminaire 2. So I'm going to load this in here. And you always want to use the screwdriver. Not tight, not tight. Just give it a little cinch. If you don't give it a little cinch, it ends up getting a little loose. So, you don't want it getting loose, because especially when you're embroidering, because that thing is like moving, and it gets to moving pretty good. And when it does is it makes it get loose. And then when it gets too loose, it moves and then it breaks that needle. And I hate breaking needles. I don't like to break needles. So I'm just going to give it just a little bit. You don't want to tighten it so tight that you have a heck of a time getting it off. Just tight enough that just a little cinch. Kind of like you do when you're changing your tires. You don't want to do it with an impact wrench, but you want to get it tight enough that they're not going to come off. So I had the joy of trying to change a tire one time. I had a flat tire and it had gone and gotten the tires rotated at a shop. Well, they put the daggum lug wrenches or the lug nuts back on with an impact wrench. Y'all, I jumped up and down on that tire iron trying to get it to loosen. I'm like, you know what? I can change a tire. I know how to change a tire on my truck, but I couldn't get the daggum lug nuts off. So needless to say, finally a guy showed up and helped me. So anyways, whole nother story. I'll have to tell y'all that story sometime. But anyway, so we are going to load this quilt. We're going to load this quilt. And I'm going to show y'all something. When you're loading this quilt, we're going to go this way. Go that way. Go there. So I have it all rolled up here. Oops, sorry about that. Have it all rolled up here. But when you add it to, we need to come back over here because doom embroidery. Come back this way. Come back this way. Oh, that's an idea, Cynthia. That is an idea. So on the side of your machine, you have where you end up loading your hoop in there. So you have this. You always want to make sure you hold on to it when you put your hoop in there, because sometimes it'll move. If that moves, it messes up with your embroidery design, y'all. It messes with your embroidery design, and you don't want to mess with that embroidery design. So we're going to make sure this is tight here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take this tape. So I use a medical tape. With the medical tape, you just put a tape around the edge of your quilt. This keeps it from grabbing when it's quilting on there. So I always watch it anyways. That way it doesn't slide into there. I've seen a couple of machines that have some different foots that just slide over. I had a sit-down quilting machine, and it had one of the, I forget what the foot was, but I'm like, I want one of those feet for this one, but I've yet to find it. So, all right. So we're going to put this, like I said, you're going to take and tape around the edges. And this is just paper medical tape, y'all. Paper medical tape. They have tape that was made for this. They have tape that was made for this, but I just use a medical tape because, number one, it only costs like $1. And you can get it at Wally World or wherever you get it. And this way you can quilt the edge all the way to the edge of that quilt. And you don't have to worry about it grabbing the fabric there. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show y'all. We're going to load the quilting design. We're going to load that quilting design. So I'm going to flip this around. So like I said, I'm on a Brother Luminaire 2. Each of you have different machines. You don't have to have this machine. So on this machine, we're going to go here and we're going to go grab that design. So we're going to go in here into the thumb drive. I have a thumb drive with it. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the embroidery quilting files. Your brothers use a PES design. Depending on what machine you have, is dependent on what design, which one you would choose. So your brothers use PES. So then we're going to come down here, and I believe this is fall. I believe, and we're going to go to the clear blue tiles. So they have options. So check that out, y'all. We're doing candy corns. We are going to do candy corns. So I have a really big hoop here. So we have a really big hoop. So I think we can go all the way to 8 by 14. We're going to click that 8 by 14 and check that out, y'all. Is that not fun? That is a fun design. And I think once we start quilting it with that black thread, it's going to come across really cool here. It'll come across really cool. So we're going to set that. Check that out. That is right. It's going to be great with this Halloween quilt. It's going to go just cool. So we're going to hit embroidery. So like I said, I have a Brother Luminaire 2. So I'm going to hit this little cone here. And on the cone, it has a projector. So mine with the, like I said, this is why I don't use the blue tiles anymore, because this one has the option to put, you can actually see exactly where it's going to go. So we're going to take and we're going to drag this all the way up to this corner here. And it's going to show exactly, we're going to move up just a little bit. So you're going to see exactly where it's going to go. It's going to stitch across. So it's going to come across all the way to there. So what'll happen, you usually just do your first one. And once you get your first one stitched, that's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting, y'all. So then we're going to come down here. We're going to pull it all the way down and see exactly where. I think we need to come down some. So we're going to come down some. See where that's moving? That's a moving. Okay, I think we're good there. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to flip y'all back around here and we're going to start stitching. We are going to start stitching. I'm excited. Who's excited for the candy corns? Who's excited for the candy corns? We are going to have fun this morning, y'all. We are going to have fun. So I always kind of hold the quilt. Luckily, we're not doing a flannel quilt. Flannel quilts get real heavy, y'all. Flannel quilts get really heavy. Kind of push your tape down. Make sure it stays down, because you got to be careful, because sometimes that foot will go around and it'll grab that tape up. So just kind of watch it as it's quilting on there. So once you get past the edge, you're pretty good. Good morning, Renee. So we're going to hit start here and we're going to start quilting, y'all. This is too much fun. And this is this design is actually by Kimberbell. So we're going to start going candy corns here, y'all. Candy corns, candy corns. So it has loops. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I don't know if I've ever actually made, I think I've made one other Halloween quilt. I think this is only the second Halloween quilt that I've ever made, so kind of cool. Oops. If you touch it, sometimes it'll stop. Let me take y'all off here so we can, I'm going to flip y'all around so you can see more. Flip you around so you can see more. I'm sweating here, guys. It's warm. So you can see the candy corn? Is that not cool? So it's stitching those candy corns in here. It started with like a swirl on here. I'm excited for for this quilt block too. I'm excited for the quilt block. Right? So now here's where it's really going to show up. So it's going to start stitching on that white, and this is what I'm excited about. So now, here comes the candy corn, y'all. Right? I'm excited. I am completely excited. Look at the candy corn! Oh my gosh! How exciting is that? Oh, as it moves, it tries to... That is so exciting. Oh my gosh. This is going to be fun, y'all. This is going to be fun, right? I think the black was a good choice, y'all. I think the black thread was a good choice on this. That is so cool. If y'all are just joining, we are quilting a Halloween quilt. Does the embroidery design come? Yes, it does. So, if you buy the original pack, you have, and I think this thumb drive is the one that comes with the original pack. And it comes with, I think it's the fall and the spring, and I think there's like 4 different things on there. I'll look at the thing. But you can also go to Kimberbell's website and download designs. You can also go to their website and download designs. I get quilting designs from Kimberbell. I get quilting designs from Juju. I'm using a Luminaire 2. It's a Luminaire 2. Brother doesn't sell them any. Good morning, Ray. How are you? Brother doesn't sell them anymore, but you could get them off a marketplace or something. So you are very welcome. You are very welcome. This is too much fun, y'all. Check this out. Look at that. Is that not stitching out gorgeous? That is stitching out so gorgeous. This is so much fun. I made my son a Firefire quilt. Used my embroidery machine. How cool is that? Very cool. They have so many different possibilities, and you know, I mean, I can create my own designs, but you know what? Everybody else is out there creating them. I'm going to help support everybody else. So if I can't find what I'm looking for, I'll go make one, but for the most part, I just go out there and support everybody else out there making those designs. You can get them off of Etsy. You can, like I said, this is a Kimberbell design. You can get them off of Etsy. Juju Designs has phenomenal designs. Embroidery Library. There are so many different sites out there that do embroidery designs. Urban Threads. Oh my gosh, Urban Threads has some really cool designs. So especially if you want to do embroideries on black fabric, there is some cool. Right? I'd love to see a picture of the quilt if you can send it to me. We can share photos now. They made it where we could share photos on here, so. I like to share. I like to share. This is turning out cool. Look at that, guys. I think our next hooping, we'll be able to see more of it too, so. This is exciting. Exciting, exciting. Fun, fun. Thanks for joining this morning, y'all. We are quilting that Halloween quilt that we stitched out yesterday. I got up a little early this morning and finished piecing it. That way we would have the opportunity to get it quilted today. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, how cool is that? The t-shirt quilts are fun. The t-shirt quilts are fun. Make sure you use a stabilizer when you make that t-shirt quilt. They call it like Wonder Under. I think it's like a Wonder Under or something like that. Good morning, Haley. That you can put on the back of your t-shirts. That way they come out and stabilize, and because when you start quilting it, they kind of bunch if you don't have it stabilized on the back of the t-shirts, because it's a really light material. So just as an FYI for you. You bought the Kimberbell about 3 months ago. It was worth it, especially. Absolutely, Jan. Absolutely. The Kimberbells are, I have to say, she created these designs, and I love Kimberbell. And they have so many different options out there too. She has a lot. She doesn't just have the blue tile. She has embroidery designs. She has all kinds of fun stuff. Like I said, I went and took a class with her. My husband and I actually went and took a class with her, and that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Highly recommend her. She is great, and she's a lot of fun too. So But right now we are, being this down on this side, we are quilting candy corns onto this Halloween quilt. So this Halloween quilt turned out really, really pretty, y'all. Really pretty. I'm excited. I'm excited. So we are getting, it's almost to the end. This is right there at the end. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have to move this. And I'm going to show you how we move this. Having a magnetic hoop. So I have a dime magnetic hoop on here. So y'all can see that quilting design now. Isn't that cool? Didn't that turn out pretty? It's going to be perfect. I was kind of worried about using a dark color. Wonder Under or heat press. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Carrie. Yeah. So I think that turned out cool. So I have a dime magnetic hoop that I use. So let me show y'all how this works. Because once you hoop it that first time on the embroidery machine, when you're quilting in the hoop, you don't ever have to remove that hoop again, because you're just going to remove the top side, and then you move your quilt down or over, whichever way you want to go. And then you keep, and then on the here, I have a projector on mine. So if you were using those blue tiles, you would move it over to that next section that you had marked with your blue marker on there, and then move it over to that, hoop it there, get it centered, and keep going, and then keep going on there. So let me show y'all how we move it with the magnetic hoop. I'm going to show you how we move it with that magnetic hoop here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to remove the top, remove that top here, and then we're going to come down here. And I think we're going to go this way. I think we're going to go sideways. We're going to go sideways here. So then I'm going to turn this projector on. I'm going to turn the projector on because that projector is going to show me exactly where this is going to lie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to this far corner, this side, and I'm going to line it up. Then I'm going to grab this, and I'll show y'all once I get it hooped on here. They have smaller magnetic hoops. I tell you, a magnetic hoop, once you start using a magnetic hoop, it's totally a game changer, y'all. Totally a game changer. And they're not too bad. You can get them on Amazon. You can go directly to their website. Like I said, it's the Dime website is the one that does. So what happens when you get it hooped in here, you kind of put your hand underneath, make sure that that bottom fabric is tight too, because with the magnetic hoop, you can actually pull it. And this is why you don't want to use, you don't want to put, what do you call it, this spray on here. You don't want to put the spray on here, because if you put the spray on here, you're unable to pull it tight from the top or the bottom. Like I said, you put your hand right under here and make sure that it's all tight there. So we have hooped it in here, and you see, you're like, oh my gosh, you have embroidery already in your hoop, but it's okay because we went and made sure that it was good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit start, and we'll start quilting again. We will start quilting. This is so much fun. You don't have to have a long arm to have fun with that. Didn't it turn out pretty? It's gonna be pretty. This is gonna be really pretty here, guys. I'm excited. You always want to make sure that you don't have any fabric under your hoop. That is a nightmare. That's a nightmare whether you're using a long arm, whether you're using an embroidery machine. You always want to make sure that you don't have anything underneath, because if you have something underneath, yeah. But as you can see, you're just stitching right next to that other one. So once you get going, you're not even going to have to see where they lined up. So it'll be like it's all one continuous quilting in there. All one continuous quilting. So then it'll keep stitching there. Go up and it'll throw a candy corn in there. I'm really liking the candy corn. I had not used the candy corn before, and it is a cool stitch. It is really a cool stitch here, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining the live this morning. We are quilting a Halloween quilt this morning. The Halloween quilt that we made yesterday. Like I said, I did repost the live, but for some reason or another, about partway through it, my audio cut out. So I apologize for that. They said I will put in a note to TT to see if maybe they can resolve the issue for me. So, but that's okay. We'll still have fun. We're still gonna have fun. So, like I said, we're gonna see how much of this quilt we can get quilted this morning. If we can get enough of it quilted, check that out, y'all. Isn't that pretty? So this is a dime, D-I-M-E. It's made by Dime. And they have embroidery hoops. They have really, I mean, I think they go all the way down to a 4x4 magnetic hoop. So no matter what machine you have, they can, they have them for them. So, and they have for all brands. I mean, your Genomes, your Baby Locks, your Berninas. I mean, pretty much any machine you have, they create a magnetic hoop for it. So this is so much fun here. So much fun, y'all. Loving the quilting. Loving the quilting. I'm excited to get this quilt. Yes, and there's a 3-pack. Oh, awesome, Cynthia. Awesome. Check it out on there because sometimes they have, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. And just as a reminder, I do repost my lives on my YouTube page. You can get, if you click the link in the bio, I have, you'll see my YT page, my FB page is on there. So you have quite a few different ones on there you can watch. I'm on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. We are always doing Amazon Day. Oh my gosh, right, Carrie? You're right. Amazon Days is coming. So y'all get out there and get your magnetic hoops. Get out there and get your magnetic hoops. I'll tell you, this checkered stuff can make you dizzy if you watch it. That one can make you a little dizzy watching it. I'm really liking, look at the candy corn. Really like the candy corn. Makes me want to go get some candy corn. Fun, fun, fun. And look, you really can't even see, because right down that middle right there is where they joined. Right down that middle right there is where it joined. So I think we're doing pretty good here, y'all. I think we're doing pretty good. Thanks for the shares, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I greatly appreciate it. We have a lot of fun in here in the mornings. We have a lot of fun here in the mornings. I'm gonna hoop y'all. I keep saying I'm hooping. I'm hooping y'all in there. So we're gonna flip that camera back around. And I'm gonna put y'all back in here so I can make sure that when we hit the bottom here, because like I said, you wanna be careful on the edges. You wanna be careful on those edges, because when you get down to the edge, you wanna make sure that it doesn't grab that fabric and pull it up. So who makes the, so it was from a quilt kit. So this is the quilt kit I got, and I know I made it a little differently. So it's not the pattern that was in here, but this is the quilt kit I got it. So is the machine doing all? Yeah, it is. It's an embroidery design. Literally, these are embroidery designs. So it is doing all. Once you get it hooped, good morning. Once you get it hooped, the machine does it all for you. The machine does it all for you. I mean, granted, I love to meander too. I like to do the meandering and stuff, but sometimes you want some special stuff on there, and this allows you to go, right? This allows you to do, you know, what those long armors do. You know, I mean, and I'm a long armor. Don't get me wrong, I am a long armor. I love to long arm. I don't have my long arm anymore because I have a small space. But this right here is why I was able to give up my long arm. So this makes it where you can actually come in and add all those special designs into here. And the possibilities are endless, y'all. The possibilities are completely endless. No matter what theme you are making, there's a design out there for it, y'all. There is a design out there for it. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. I'm excited for this one. I am excited for this one. So this one is a lap quilt. It takes about 6 minutes for each one of these hoopings. This is an 8x14 design in here. So We can do pretty big spaces here. Do you have videos on your page? Yeah, so if you check my YT page out, or even my FB page, either one, I repost my lives from here on there, and you can check them out. So if there's something that you're wanting to learn that I don't have on there, let me know, because you guys get to choose what we do every week. You guys get to choose the schedule. So lots of fun. I gotta look for tomorrow. I gotta see what we're doing tomorrow. I forgot what we're doing tomorrow. But y'all get to choose the fun. Fridays are always rope day. Fridays are always rope day. We have fun on Fridays with rope. We're always making something different with rope, y'all. I know next week we're going to be making a trick or treat. And I think it's the request was for a pumpkin themed trick or treat bag. So I think we're going to be doing that one. So what I'm doing is I have a projector here on my luminaire, and the projector shows exactly where the design's going. So I'm kind of lining up here. And with that magnetic hoop, you're literally just moving the quilt, and you're not unhooping that hoop. And then you put that magnetic hoop back on there, and it keeps your quilt in line. Keeps your quilt in line there. Like I said, that magnet is strong. Very, very strong there, y'all. So we're going to hit OK. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. So we're going to make sure when you get it hooped with that magnetic hoop, so it keeps it tight. So you kind of want to make sure the top is all tight. You can kind of pull the fabric to make sure it stays tight into that hoop. And then you put your hand underneath. When you put your hand underneath, you can feel if it's tight or not. If it's not tight, you pull it tight. It's kind of the same as when you're quilting. Kind of the same as when you're quilting. That way you know that you're keeping it all tight in there. And then we will keep going here, y'all. We're going to keep going. And let me show y'all how this is turning out. We're going to go in here. I'm going to flip y'all around right quick. So as you can see, check that out, y'all. Check that out. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate that. So this is turning out gorgeous. That is just making it pop. That is making it become, right? It is totally gorgeous. Tomorrow is quilt as you go. Oh, okay. So we're doing a baby quilt tomorrow. We're doing a baby quilt tomorrow, y'all. I'm going to show y'all how to make a baby quilt as quilting as you go. So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for checking, Cynthia. So as we quilt along here, we'll just keep moving. We'll just keep moving in here, and I'm hoping we have enough time. So it's fine. We still have another hour. I think we may have enough time to, right, Ray? It's kind of cool, right? And thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yes, Miss Cynthia rocks. She totally rocks, right? So, but yeah, we will definitely, we're going to have fun with a baby quilt tomorrow, and we're going to do one as you go. We're going to do a quilt as you go. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Super, super fun here. So I'm going to move y'all back around here so you can watch the quilting. Like I said, it just keeps going. It'll just keep quilting in here. So lots and lots of fun. Like I said, you always want to make sure that it stays up. I think, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find me a stand-up desk that'll fit in this space, because I like to stand. I like to stand with what I do. And I think with a stand-up desk, it would make it a lot easier with the quilting too. So I have a stand-up desk at work that I use, and I really want to find one for this size. Can you tell us about your machine? Sure, absolutely, absolutely. So you thought it was a drum roll. Kind of sounds like it, right? So this machine, you just moved to a sit and stand desk. Oh, awesome. I'm gonna look and see if I can find one. So my machine here, I'm gonna come back around. So this machine is, it's a Brother machine. I've had it for quite a few years. The stitches, y'all would freak if you've seen how many stitches I have on this thing. So it is a Luminaire 2. The Luminaire 2 is made by Brother. It is made by Brother. So on this machine, you can do embroidery, you can do sewing, you can do all kinds of different stitches on here. Phenomenal machine. This is a few years old machine. Check on Marketplace, y'all. Check on your local ads. So, because people get rid of these and haven't even used them to the capacity that they are used at. So, you can totally get some at a really good price. So, and this machine has the projector, because when you're looking at the designs and stuff, you're able to actually hit that projector and it shows right on the fabric. So, isn't this cool? It just has fun with stitching that out. I'm really loving how it's turning out. I'm excited. Completely excited here, y'all. I'm hoping, like I said, we got another hour, and with this design, so we're using the, this is the fall design by Kimberbell, and the fall design is those candy corns. Perfect for our project we had. So, yes, Kimberbell, let me show you. So, Kimberbell. So, this is your essentials set. So, this is Kimberbell clear blue tiles. So you can do, so this one has 372, it comes with your thumb drive. So this is the one that comes with that thumb drive. You have a Baby Lock Aventure. Oh, that's a really nice machine too, Lori. So this one is really cool. So do a Google. There is all kinds of videos on your Kimberbell blue tiles. If you have an embroidery machine that doesn't have a projector or something on it, this is what you would want to use. That is what you want to use. You've never used an embroidery machine. I'm telling you, once you use an embroidery machine, you're addicted. Oh my gosh, you're completely addicted, because look what it'll do. I mean, you can do quilting on it. You can do zipper bags. I'm going to let that go. I'll show you what I have going over here. I have some mug rugs going on. Oh, I have two more embroidery machines over here. So I have mug rugs going on over here. I've got a Halloween theme one going on here. There is so many different things. Oh, well, watch my lives. Watch my lives. I'll help you get comfortable. I promise I'll help you get comfortable. Yeah, we can do zipper bags. We can totally do zipper bags one day. Zipper bags are a lot of fun. Maybe we'll, I think I need another day next week. So if I do, I'll throw zipper bags in there. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, y'all get to choose what we do for the week, because I always post what my schedule is. I'll pin my post on my page, and then you guys can come back in and see what we have going for that day. You need to see how you did the back of your mug. Oh, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I can totally show you how to do the back of the mug rugs. It's a little tricky when you're looking at it. It's like, I don't know how to do that. Once you figure it out, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do all the backings of my mug rugs like that. So if we have time here, once we get this quilted, I'll show you. Otherwise, we'll do it. Maybe we'll do zipper bags and mug rugs on the same day. So I'll look at my schedule for next week, see what we got going. And if we have a day, we'll do that next week. We'll do that one next week. So, but we're getting to the end, so we're going to be moving this quilt again. We're going to be moving this quilt again. Get y'all on there. Yeah, lots of fun. Like I said, I love to have fun with y'all. Y'all have made these lives so much fun, and it makes the morning. I'll tell you, when I don't do this in the morning, I'm like, I miss it. I'm like, wait a minute, I miss my quilting buddies. I miss all my quilting buddies here. So again, we're using that magnetic hoop. It'll move it right here to the center again. So we're gonna remove that top hoop, and we're gonna slide it over. We're going to turn that projector on. This may be the last hooping on this side. Might be the last hooping. We're going to come down here. So like I said, if you don't have a projector on your machine, those clear blue tiles are phenomenal, guys. The clear blue tiles. You mark your quilts with those clear blue tiles, and like I said, I'll repost this live later this afternoon, and when I repost that live, you'll see you'll be able to see how you mark your quilts with those clear blue tiles. But there is a lot of the lady that actually created Kimberbell and the tiles, you'll see she has a lot of videos out there too. She has a lot of videos out there too that you can check out. So we're gonna click OK. Like I said, you're using that magnetic hoop, so you're able to pull, make sure that your fabric is tight. And then you check that bottom fabric and then pull it tight too. Looks like we may have to get yeah, we're gonna have to get, so we're gonna have a section here, so we'll have to measure that section. What I do is I take and measure it with a tape measure and then go find the files that go along with it. So let's see, I absolutely love the sewing community. That absolutely, right? I'll tell you, there's so many people out there sewing, and they all have lots of fun, you know, and everybody's phenomenal. I have yet to meet anybody that is not. So it's an awesome community, very awesome community. So we are working on this Halloween quilt, y'all. This is too much fun. Too much fun with this Halloween quilt. And it's kind of cool how they just line up right here, and it's just like you're continually going here on the quilting. Turns out really, really pretty. Candy corns. I may have to go get candy corns. So we have this hooping, and then what we'll do is we'll go to the next row, and then we'll probably come back and do this side once we get the whole thing done. That way we're not changing designs. Get this one going. How's everybody's week going? I hope everybody's week has been going good. Mine's been fairly busy, but that's okay. Makes it where it doesn't drag. It definitely does not drag, I'll tell you. So the stitching, y'all. I can't get over the stitch. I love to sit and watch the stitching. Isn't that the coolest? Thank you for the bear. Thank you very much. That's so sweet of you. Good morning, my lovely daughter-in-law. I love you so much. Y'all, Miss Jackie is my lovely daughter-in-law, and I just love her to death. So hope you're feeling better, Miss Jackie. We are having fun with a Halloween quilt, y'all. We are quilting this Halloween quilt, and so these are the quilt squares that we made yesterday. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. Glad you're feeling better. So these are the quilt squares that we made yesterday that we have added to this. Yes, Miss Amy, Miss Jackie is phenomenal. I couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. So then we are adding these candy corns. Look, Jackie, we're adding candy corns. We're adding candy corns to this quilt that we did, and it's just turning out really, really cool. So having fun with this. This is awesome. Right, Jackie? I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Jackie, Monday we're going to be making trick-or-treat baskets. So the girls might be getting a trick-or-treat basket. What machine do you have? So this is, yes, so it is yes, Christy, it is a sewing and embroidery. It's a Luminaire 2. It's made by Brother. They don't make these anymore, but you could check on Marketplace and see about getting one. A lot of people, like I said, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun. So a lot of people get rid of them and haven't even used them for the capacity that they are made for. So go check out not your secondhand store, but your local quilt shops will have some that have been traded in. Yes, I am excited that it has a projector also. The projector is also awesome. So They said I was using the clear blue tiles and then I had this machine and then I'm like, oh my gosh. And which I still love the clear blue tiles, but I just use the projector, y'all. I cheat. I cheat and use that projector. Look at that. Is that not fun? That is so much fun. Miss Amy, I take it you know my lovely daughter-in-law, Miss Jackie. And y'all, if you're ever looking for the pink zebra, I forget what you call them, but if you Google pink zebra, you'll see what they are. But anyways, Miss Jackie does pink zebra. She has fun lives. Even if you're not looking for it, go hang out with her one evening. She's on in the evenings, and she has a lot of fun on her lives. She has a lot of fun on her lives. I'm so glad you're feeling better, Jackie. I was worried about you. Thank y'all for hanging out. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh. We've had so much fun this week, y'all. So what is it? Now Wednesday. So Monday we made the car seat cover. That was a lot of fun. We had so much fun making that car seat cover. Y'all, I mean, we even had, when you say cheat, you mean you don't have to mark up. Yes, exactly, Ruth. Exactly. So instead of having to mark it up with the blue pen and measure and everything, I just use the projector, and with the projector it goes out on the machine. So, but like I said, I did at the first of this video, and I'll be posting it. Not a projector, no, a laser. You can get a laser at Harbor Freight. So the laser is, so the laser would go like on the front of your machine, and it would go down, and it would show like, I think it's a red line. So it would show at red or green, I can't remember, but it has like a red line that keeps you sewing straight. So some of your machines have that straight line that keeps you, that you can line your fabric up with, and then it keeps it sewing straight there. So let me flip this here. I'm going to move this. So we're going to go to the next row. So we still have, as you see here, we still have a little section here, but we're going to come back to that section. We're going to go to the next row. We're going to pull it up to that next row, and then we're going to roll this back up. Go back over to the other side here. And what we're going to do, so you have this section down here. Thanks for the heart me, Miss Jackie. Love you. So you have this section down here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take that projector, and here I'm going to show y'all how that projector works again. I'm going to show y'all how the projector works. Hold on. Let me flip this around. So I am using a Brother Luminaire 2. It is a Brother Luminaire 2. So on this, you have your embroidery design. So if you hit that little cylinder there, it has a projector. So what happens is it comes up here on the machine. So you see how it projects the design onto the fabric? Is this not, this is my cheat, y'all. This is totally my cheat. So it projects that design right there on the fabric, and right where it's at is exactly where it's going to stitch. So you see how these all stitched out? That is exactly where that's going to stitch. So you come back over here to the design, and right? So you have this red square. So that is exactly where that's going to be. So we need to line up. So I need to line this bottom up. So I need to line the bottom of that design with the top of this design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to come over here to this corner right here. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, and you just use your finger and move it down. So you come here and you'll see it's kind of going over. So I need to pull it down some, and that way we can get it lined up. So I'm going to put y'all back on the stand right quick. I'm going to hoop y'all again. I'm going to hoop you in the stand here. So I'm going to get y'all in here, and we're going to line this up. That way we'll be stitching right here. So I'm going to come over this way. So you just take that projector and you just line it up exactly where it needs to go. And then you just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Back to Dory again. I swear I'm going to make a Dory quilt. I swear I'm going to make a Dory quilt, y'all. I've decided I really like Dory. So with the magnetic hoops, and this is a dime hoop. This is made by Dime. And Miss Cynthia says they have one right now that you can get 3 in a package, which is cool. But they have them all the way for as little as a 4x4 hoop, right, Cynthia? I think it was a 4x4 hoop that they had, I believe. We're gonna come here, and you know how we taped here, so we're gonna tape that side, and this is just medical tape, y'all. I love my projector. Yes. Every time I use it, it's like a crazy. So this is just medical tape, the paper medical tape. They have specialized tape that they have for this, but it's a lot more expensive. This one, good morning. It is a lot of fun. So we're going to take this tape, and I'm just going to tape on the edge. So this keeps the fabric down, and it keeps the presser foot, or your foot, from grabbing that fabric and bunching it, and then you're ending up seam ripping. You don't want to seam rip. Seam ripping is no fun, y'all. So we're going to put that there. We're going to come back here, and I'm going to click OK. Make sure everything's tight. Make sure your hoop is good. And then you're going to fill the bottom of that fabric. Make sure the bottom is good, y'all. Keep an eye on the bottom of that fabric. So now we're just going to go ahead and get started here. Miss Jackie, I've decided you're right. I need to get me a stand-up desk. So we're going to go ahead and hit start. And it's going to start right there in the middle, y'all. This one's going to be fun. So it's going to actually stitch all of this white area, which I'm excited about the candy corn. I can't get over the candy corn, y'all. The candy corn is so much fun. Yeah, it is definitely a game changer. Totally a game changer, y'all. But like I said, you don't have to have the projector. You have 2 options. You can get the, you can use the Kimberbell tiles, or I did a live on making templates. Maybe I can do that one again, because you can actually come in and make a template of your quilting design in your hoop, and then you can just keep hooping with that template, because it works really well too. The template works really well. You just make your own template. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with that. Lots of fun. Do you need to do something to line up the stitching? So with the projector, you have it right there on the corner. Here, let me show you the design. So with the projector, you're able to put that in there. But if you don't have a projector, that's okay. That's where these Kimberbell tiles come in. Because the Kimberbell tiles are, do I have one down here? There's one. Hold on, let me grab this Kimberbell towel and show you. So on the Kimberbell tiles, so this is a Kimberbell tile. So on there, you'll see that there's a line on each side of it in the center. There's one on the top and one on the bottom. So what happens in your hoop, you don't have one with your magnetic hoop, but you can measure it and make one. They come with a tape measure, and that you can tape to the hoop, but I don't ever do it. So, but what you do is you mark all those lines right there, and then you mark the top, the bottom, the center, and then you line it up in your hoop. That way it makes it where it gets centered in there, and then that's how the stitching gets centered. Works out really well. So, like I said, I showed an example on how to mark your quilt at the first of this live. So you're very welcome, Becky. You're very welcome. I did at the first of this live, like I said, I walked through how to mark your quilt with those Kimberbell tiles. That way you'll know how to do that. And I will repost this video. I'll repost this video this afternoon probably. It'll go on my TT page and my FB page. That way you guys can go back and watch it again. So, first time on your page. Do you teach? Absolutely. So JoJo, I teach whatever y'all want me to. So if you make a request, I will add it to my schedule, And whatever you would like to learn, I will teach it for you guys. I am here for y'all. I am totally here for y'all. Because if you look, hi, I'm Carrie, by the way. Okay, yeah, Amy, if you watch, like I said, this afternoon, by this evening, I'll have it posted on my page. And I usually post, thanks for the follow, CJ. And I usually post on my page when I do post it to the YT and the FB. So whenever I post it to YT, it automatically goes to I post it on my FB page too. So, but anyways, if you have something that you would like to do, just tell me. So like next week, I have been asked to make a apron, so we're going to do a live on making aprons. Thanks for the follow, Becky. We're going to do a live on making trick-or-treat baskets with in the form of a pumpkin. We're going to be doing that one first time together, y'all. So somebody requested me show how to use the blue tile, so we did that one today. Like I said, y'all get to decide what we do on our lives. You get to decide what we do on our lives, and y'all get to decide, make decisions on how we do things too. So we had a lot of fun on Monday with the car seat cover because I decided I needed a car seat cover for my car. So I took that day. And oh my gosh, y'all, we had so much fun. We had put, you'll have to see that one. That one's a whole fun thing because we were dying laughing. It was hilarious. So thanks for all the follows, y'all. Thanks for all the follows. Workout is good. So I am down to 164. I'm excited. I want to go to 155. So I'm so close to my my goal. So I just quilted a candy catcher bag for my, oh, how cool is that, Carrie? That is awesome. I'm glad you found me too. I have an older brother with a projector, but I have a large dime hoop. Oh my gosh, absolutely. And if you want me to do a live again on hooping in the hoop, I can totally help you out. No, so I've been sewing for, gosh, over 30 years. Oh, probably over 40 years. Gosh, I turned 51 this year. What the heck? So I've been sewing a long time. So, with the Luminaire 2, I watched a lot of videos. And there's a lot of features that are on this machine that I don't even use yet. So, and every once in a while, I find new ones. You find new ones out. So, a lot of times your local quilt shops will have classes that you can come take on these. So, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, right, Miss Amy? So, lots of fun. But this is turning out cool. Very cool. We did go down. Let me show y'all. I went down just a little bit too far, a smidgen too far, so it's kind of looping around, but it'll still be okay. It'll still be okay. You just have to be careful on it, but like I said, sometimes you end up looping over, so it's okay. But if y'all are new to my live, I am on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. Arizona time, so that's Mountain Standard Time. So, and we have lots of fun, y'all. We have lots of fun. Exactly, Becky. I'll tell you right now, I am not a perfectionist. I am way far from a perfectionist. So, I'm with you. Any of those mishaps, that's what makes it homemade. That's what makes it made with love, y'all. Y'all make it with love and care, and it's lots of fun. I love to make things for people. I love to make things for my granddaughters and my kids. I always like to have fun with them. They are lots of fun. So again, I'm going to show y'all how we do this. I am using a magnetic hoop. Thanks for the follows, y'all. So we are using a magnetic hoop. This is made by Dime. So we're going to take this off here. So we're not unhooping the hoop. You're just taking that top magnet off. And then we're going to take and we're going to scoot it over. We're going to scoot this over. And each hooping takes about 6 minutes, y'all. And let's look at the back. Let's look at the back. So I'm going to show y'all the back. I want you to see the back. Right? Always. We always have to find new ways to make things. I love to make the kids things. I love making the kids things. So this is the back, y'all. This is how the back is turning out. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. It is going to be phenomenal. I am excited about this Halloween quilt, y'all. I usually don't do Halloween quilts, but I'm excited about this one. I think it's turning out really pretty. So let me flip y'all back around. We'll get this hooped again. We'll get this hoop again. Isn't it fun? And it was a perfect one. Perfect design for this Halloween quilt. It was a perfect design for the Halloween quilt. So candy corn, I know, right? Candy corn. We have fun with the candy corn. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this projector on. I'm going to move y'all back this way. So I'm going to turn this projector on again. So we have a corner here. We need to line up this corner right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this projector down. I'm going to move where it's at. That way I can line up that corner. So I have this corner here. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But I'm going to line up that corner right there. Can y'all see that, or you want me to show you? Let me show you. Good morning. Random question of topic. Is that a Husqvarna? I have two Husqvarnas. So I have the 980Q, which is my quilting machine. And then I have a Topaz 50 embroidery machine. I also have a Quattro 2 brother. So let's see. Asking, I purchased one, but have not used it. Oh my gosh, Jen, let's get you using that machine. Which one do you have? Let's get you using that machine. Let's have some fun with it. Like I said, if you guys have a request on something you want to do on the live, let me know. Let me know. We can have some fun, right? I know I kind of overwhelmed with sewing machines, but it's lots of fun. Lots of fun. Never enough sewing machines. I have a Sapphire, but lost the book. Oh, let me see if Jen, shoot me a message. I'll see if I can find you one for you. I think I could probably find a PDF version for you if you want. I can help you out. I don't mind helping out. Okay, so we're squaring this up. Let's get this going here. Then we can go back to talking. If you get me going, I'll never shut up, y'all. If you get me going, I'll never shut up. So I have the projector down here, so I'm lining up this corner. Lining up the corner, so I'm lining this side and this side up. And then I'm going to take this magnetic hoop. I'm going to load that back on there. Gotta love the magnetic hoop, y'all. And it makes it, with that projector, you're just lining it up pretty straight there. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. And then on here, just make sure that that top is tight. And then you're going to put your hand underneath like this, underneath it, and make sure that that bottom is tight. Because you can take and pull the fabric. That's why you don't spray that fabric with the 505 sprayer or whatever spray you use. You don't want to spray it, because if you spray it, you're going to end up with bunches. You don't have the option to tighten the fabric up. So we're going to go ahead and get stitching. We're going to get stitching. It's been sitting on the counter. Oh my gosh, let's get you going. Let's get you going. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, absolutely, Becky. Yeah, you always want to put your hand underneath. That way you can, you know, if you feel like ripples underneath of it, just grab the back fabric. All you're doing is grabbing that back fabric and pulling that back fabric. That way it's, or even if it's your batting, usually the batting doesn't bunch up. You're usually pretty good on the batting, so works out pretty okay. So, but yeah, Jen, shoot me a message. Remind me the machine, you said Sapphire. Actually, I have a friend that has a Sapphire, so shoot me a message. Worst case scenario, I'll have her take a picture of the thing. You're going to get ready for work. All right, Miss Lisa, thank you for joining this morning. I appreciate it, and I will see you, or I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you here in a little bit, Miss Lisa. I will talk to you here in a little bit. So, but yeah, so we are having fun today. We are quilting this Halloween quilt with candy corns. Candy corn is fun. Candy corn, candy corn. Good morning, Miss Nikki. Once, and like I said, if you are new to my live, I am on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning, Mountain Standard Time. I'm in Arizona. So it is currently 6 o'clock here, so that way kind of give you guys different time. If you want to know what we're doing on the live that day, I put a schedule. I pin my schedule at the first of my page. If you go to my page, that first posting is what we're doing for the day. Thank you for the follows. Thanks for the follows. So, and then if you have a request, 8 o'clock here. Very cool, Jen. Where are you at? Like I said, I'm here in Arizona. Very cool. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the follows. And like I said, if you have a request, let me know. let me know what you would like. Texas, very cool. I'm a fellow Texan. I was born in Texas. So good morning, Miss Kinsey. Good morning. Good morning. Miss Kinsey is my niece. Love you, Kinsey. Good morning, Sharon. Like I said, if you have a project you want to make, let me know. We'll just add it to the schedule. And like I said, my schedule is pinned to the first of my live, and then you just hop in there on the day that you want to join. You don't have to join every day, but come hang out, come have coffee with us. I've been up for quite some time. Like I said, I got up early to get this Halloween quilt going. So, but yeah, come hang out with us. Ask questions. If you want to see something, good morning. Right, Vicki? The candy corn is cool. I'll turn it back to the quilting here again in a minute, but I just want to give a big shout out to all y'all, because I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Aunt Carrie loves you guys. Love you guys. So yeah, come hang out with us and come sew. You know, and like I said, if you have something you want to sew, let me know. We'll have it on a live. We will have it on a live. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a baby quilt. The baby quilt is going to be quilt as you go baby quilt. So we're going to have a little fun. I have a couple ideas on what we're going to do. I'm going to cut some fabric up this evening. That way we're ready for tomorrow morning. We're going to have some fun. Good morning, Miss Debbie. Good morning. Good morning. So, but we have a fun group here. We have a lot of fun group here. Everybody is nice and helpful and kind. So that makes it good. So let's go ahead and turn back here. We are quilting candy corn on this Halloween quilt. We had fun with this Halloween quilt yesterday. I had a lot of fun quilting with y'all. That was fun making those fun quilt squares. So it's kind of what we're working on today. Getting it quilted. I said we have about 30 more minutes. I don't know if we'll be able to get it all quilted, but we're going to get quite a bit of it quilted. So we'll get quite a bit of it quilted, and then if we don't finish, I'll finish quilting it when I get home. And then get it all binded. Super fun. And I have done lives on doing binding too. I love to start my day with, oh, awesome, thank you. I love starting my day with y'all, Miss Amy. You guys are all awesome. Like I said, big shout out to y'all, because Monday was a lot of fun. I had so much fun with y'all Monday making that car seat cover. We were dying laughing. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And I have to say, yesterday, I was showing it off to people yesterday because I'm so excited about it, because it just works phenomenal. So, oh, well, thank you, Amy. Thank you, thank you. Lots of fun. I'm excited about this candy corn. I'm excited to see it finished. So, thank you. All of y'all are the best. I said it makes my morning. It completely makes my morning when I get to sit here and visit and talk fabric and talk sewing and talk all kinds of fun stuff. Lots of fun. Y'all are too sweet. Thank you, Cynthia. Ooh, I measured this one correctly. Haha. Thanks for all the likes. Y'all, we're at 35K today. We are at 35K. You guys are tapping like crazy. Thank you so much. And y'all got all the heartbeats too. That was too much fun. Thank you so much. Like I said, next week, let me look at my schedule for next week, because y'all have chosen all the projects for next week. Y'all have chosen all the projects for next week. Oh, we gotta move it. We'll move that, and then we'll look at our projects for next week. I'll tell you where we're at for next week. So we're gonna remove that top hoop. Remove the top hoop here. And then we're gonna turn that projector on again. And we're gonna move it to that corner. This is turning out gorgeous. I'm excited. super excited here, y'all. This is just turning out gorgeous. Said I'm not a skull fan, but I am in love with this quilt here. I'm super in love with this quilt. I've had the B70 for 4 years, never used it, too intimidated. No, you don't have to buy the program, Jojo. You can get the designs. You just, let me do some research on the B70 for you. Let me write that down. Hold on. Let me write the B70 down. I'll look and see for you. See if I can help you out. Where'd my pen go? Pen. Hold on. I'm looking for my marker. Here it is. B70. So I need the B70 and this. I need a manual for the sapphire. I'll see if I can find that manual for the sapphire, because like I said, a friend of mine in Colorado has that sapphire, so I'll see if she'll share the manual with me. So thanks for the follow, Jojo. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We are on, if you're new, like I said, I am on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. We're always on here doing a fun project. I'll let you know what the what next week's is going to be. Tomorrow we're doing a baby quilt. We're going to do a quilt as you go baby quilt. And then Friday is rope day, y'all. Friday is always rope day. We always are doing something fun with rope on Friday. So I haven't figured out this well, I think Friday we're wrapping fabric around rope. We're going to wrap fabric around rope and then make something with it, with the fabric. So we're going to have fun with that one. And we may use I got extra fabric of this Halloween fabric, y'all. So we may have fun with some. I am on Mountain Standard Time. I'm in Arizona. Where are you at, Jojo? I am in Arizona. And then always remember, put your hand underneath. Check to make sure that you don't have ripples under there. Keep going here. North Carolina. Well, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So, and my name is Carrie, by the way. My name is Carrie. So I appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. So, you guys are all awesome. Awesome. I love to have fun with y'all. We've had lots of fun. We've had so many different things. We've done so many different projects. It seems like, you know, and every day we're doing something different. And I let y'all choose. Y'all get to choose the different things that we do. So that makes it even lots more fun because you guys get to interact. You get to interact and make your choices on there. So, and then, you know, sometimes I'm sewing and you guys have ideas and tricks and stuff for me too. So I love that. I love that we do that. So yes, Jojo, welcome in. And we have a lot of fun people in here. We have a lot of fun people in here. So, and I do put my schedule at the, I pin my schedule on my page. So, and I do replay my lives. I put my lives on my YT and FB page that you can click if you have YT or FB. You can go click on those, give me a follow there, and you'll be able to see the replays. So, check them out. It's lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun, y'all. So, let me turn you back here so we can see the stitching. We're about a quarter of the way through this. What do I do? So what do I do with all my finished projects? So I do have a page that I sell stuff. So if you ever see anything we're making and you're interested in, let me know. And also, I might end up having to do some craft fairs because, y'all, I have a whole stack over here of stuff that is accumulating. So I was doing craft fairs for a while and ended up getting rained out 3 times in a row. And I'm like, okay, it ruined some of my stuff. So I was like, no. So, but I'm thinking about doing another craft fair. So, but yeah, but like I said, if you ever see anything that I'm working on that you're wanting, let me know because I can post it up on my page. So, and you'll see my page is in the link in the bio too. So, but, or you can just learn how to make your own too. So, right, Cynthia? Yes, lots of fun. Lots of fun. I'm going to go visit Cynthia and her and I are going to do a craft fair. We'll have some fun, Cynthia. Lots of fun, lots of fun. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. If y'all are just joining, we are quilting a Halloween quilt. And as you see, we are quilting candy corn into this Halloween quilt. You'd love some of the mug rugs? Absolutely. Send me a message of what you would like. I can make as many as you like. Just send me a message. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the follows. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Fun, fun. This quilting is turning out a lot of fun, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I appreciate you hanging out this morning, y'all. We are in here quilting a Halloween quilt. I am using a design by Kimberbell. This is the fall design, and it's got candy corn. It totally fit our Halloween quilt that we did yesterday. Fall is a great time for craft. Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm considering, I don't know, right? So I think we're probably going to get one more hooping in here. I think we'll get one more hooping in here because, like I said, it takes about 6 minutes per hooping. We may let this one finish, and I may go back over to the table because I don't think we're going to be able to finish this one. So I'll have to finish that one. It takes a little bit to stitch these out, but oh my gosh, it looks phenomenal once you get it stitched. So we'll get this one all stitched out. It's got about 3 more minutes here. Right? Isn't the candy corn cute? I am loving the candy corn. So we'll let this one stitch out. Once it gets stitched out, I'll unhoop it, and we'll go over to my table and we'll look at it. We'll get a better look at it and see how it's looking. Because I'm excited for this one. It'll take me a little bit. I'll have to finish it up, but that's the nice thing about when you're doing it in the hoop. You can unhoop it, rehoop it, move it around. These designs are, they're make it where you can just do anything with them. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool, y'all. It's going to go right down to the bottom. And here, I'm going to show y'all. Since this is the last one we're going to do here, I'm going to unflip you around here. As you see, so I used that projector, and we lined up right there on the bottom. We actually got it lined up right there at the dude. I love Juju designs, Becky. I love Juju. I was using, I think it was last week, we were using Juju designs. So there's a lot of designs on there that is really cool. I use Juju designs. I use Urban Threads. I use the Embroidery Library. Embroidery Library's got a lot of cool ones. Kimberbell, you go to their website, you can get the blue tile designs, and you don't have to use the blue tiles to get the designs. You can still use them. Like I said, these are blue tile designs. I'm not using a blue tile with them, so works out pretty good. So let me unhoop this. We'll get this unhooped. We're going to go back over to the table. Get y'all. I'm going to hook you guys up there. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to put y'all back up there, and let me go grab that quilt so we can get a look at it. So we can get a look at it and see how it's turning out. Like I said, I will not be able to finish it this morning, but that's okay. Y'all were able to see the process of it. You were able to see the process, and I'll let you know what we got going for the rest of the week too. Get you going here. So we still have, so this is the quilt that we're quilting. So we still got quite a bit. We still got quite a bit to go here. Still got quite a bit, but let's look at what we got quilted so far. Let's look at what we got quilted so far. So as you can see, look at that quilting. Is that not gorgeous? That is just turning out gorgeous, y'all. As you can see, it just makes it pop. You know, because a lot of times you use thread that kind of matches what you're quilting, you know, because you don't want it to take away from the design that you have. But for this one, I wanted to make it pop. I wanted to make it pop so you could actually see what it was quilting. And let me show you the back too. Let me show you this back. Let me show you the back here, because the back is looking just as gorgeous. So the back, I have it kind of matching, but if I hold it up close, you can see that quilting on there. You can see the quilting. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate it. So you can see that quilting on there. Isn't it gorgeous? Y'all, it is completely endless what you can do with the embroidery machine. It is so much fun. I am in love with this. Snap, crackle, pop. Exactly, Cynthia. Exactly. So, let me show you. So I meandered a quilt last week. So let me show you that baby quilt that we did last week on there, on that one. And that one, y'all, I just freehanded. I freehanded that one. I did that in an embroidery machine, Dan. Yes, it was an embroidery machine. I will repost my live, and we'll be doing more of it. We'll be doing some more of it. It's a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Last week we had fun doing, so we were meandering last week. So, and this is all freehand. So this is me freehanding. Thank you for the roses. You were awesome. You were awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. How are we? So, so last week we were doing some meandering. You can see that on there. So this is just me freehanding. And I showed you guys how to do it. And I think I'm going to do another live on that because I want y'all to be able to freehand. Freehand is like therapy, y'all. It is totally therapy. Yeah, it is a good size quilt too. I love making lap quilts. Lap quilts you put on the back of the couch, the back of your recliner, something to snuggle up with right there. I like free motion. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. So check this out. I'm going to do another live on free motion. I'm going to do another live on the free motion because y'all, check this out. You can do a baby quilt. You can do your baby quilts. You can do your lap quilts. You can have fun with that. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. And what I have found on doing, thank you. What I've found on this, start small, y'all. Start small. So this is like a hot pad. So what I did is I just sandwiched a small piece of fabric, and of course I love Cocopellis, but just start small and just move it around. And what I was showing last week is you just take a pen marker and then just start moving. Just start moving. Would you try? I've done a king size quilt on edge to edge. I have done a king size quilt on the edge to edge. So, recommendation. I don't do it in my workspace now because, like I said, I'm in a camper. I live in an RV. This is the toy hauler section. I don't have room to do a king size quilt anymore. So, yeah. So, but yeah, you can totally do that. I did post. If you look at my YT or my FB page, you'll see I posted a thing of how to do meandering. So check it out. You can watch it, and I'll do another live on it. I'll do another live on that. That way you guys can see, because I explain it step by step by step for y'all. That way you'll feel comfortable in doing it. And like I said, start small. Start small. Do mug rugs. Get you a mug rug out. Like I have, get you just like a small mug rug. Just a small little piece. You can do little mug rugs or whatever on there. So there's so many different things that you can do. We got about 10 minutes. So I'm going to show y'all what we've been doing the last few weeks. That way you can kind of see. I'm going to show you what we've been doing the last few weeks, because we've been having fun, y'all. We have been having fun. Let me get this over here. So last couple weeks, we've had some fun. We've had some fun, y'all. We've made some box zipper bags. We did some box zipper bags. The box zipper bags are fun. So you have little I showed y'all how to do those. Y'all, bowl covers. I showed you how to do bowl covers. Is that not fun? So what we did is I showed you how to make the quilt block. We made the quilt block first, and then I showed you how to do the bowl covers. So was that not fun? That was a lot of fun. So microwave bowl koozies. We made microwave bowl koozies. I need to turn this fan on. Hold on. I am like sweating here. Hot flashes are a killer, guys. Hot flashes are a killer. So microwave bowl koozies. And the nice thing about these microwave bowl koozies, they're reversible. They are totally reversible. And I showed y'all 3 ways how to make microwave bowl koozies. Because on the microwave bowl koozies, you could do it with a 10-inch square and then sew it on there. You can do it with a template. You have a template that you can use that I have on my AccuQuilt cutter that you can cut them out with. You can also use your serger. So I showed y'all 3 ways on how to make microwave bowl koozies. Any of them, they all turn out exactly the same. They are all turn out to be really cool microwave bowl koozies. So lots of fun on those. So we did koozies. We made a few koozies here, y'all. Rope. Like I said, Fridays are rope day. We have a lot of fun on Fridays with rope. So on there, we made little coasters on there. We made somebody asked me to do one with handles. So we made a bowl and added handles on there. So we had fun with that one. So this is I'm saying this is like a candy bowl for by your door to hand out candy with. So the bottom of it is rope. It's macrame rope on the bottom, and then fabric rope. You use fabric rope on the side. So we did that one. We did a circle one, and we did an oval one. I was calling it oblong, and somebody's like, and I was having a heck of a time to do that one. So then we made an oval one. So we had oval one. He said, I have so much stuff here. We made a trivet. I'm calling this a trivet. Something to put your hot casserole dishes or whatever on, you know, works out really well. This one we made, this one was fun. So this is a heavier rope because you can do pretty much any rope works. So this is like a heavier camo rope, and I put the fabric in the middle, and then I took and interwove the fabric on the side. So you can see I took the rope to the one side and then the rope to the other side. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that was a lot of fun. And then we did a curved or a circle ending on that one. We had fun with the DTF transfers. So I did a rope. So this one ended up like I don't know. So I'm saying this one's like a big coffee. It's because you use them for like mug rugs. So this one could be, or this one could be like a mouse pad. I'm saying this one could be a mouse pad. Anything like that. This is one of my favorites, y'all. So we added curves to the edge of this one. So we added curves to the edge of this one. This one was a lot of fun. I had fun making this one. This one I had a lot of fun making. So like I said, I'll probably be posting all this stuff too. So tomorrow we're doing Quilt As You Go. So we did, right? I'm having fun with the transfers, y'all. I'm having fun with the transfers, Becky. So this is a placemat, and tomorrow we're doing Quilt As You Go. This was done with the Quilt As You Go option. So that is what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. We're going to have some fun. So we have a couple of those, and y'all, I showed y'all how to make your own quilt square. So I showed you how to make your own quilt square, and this was done with the Quilt As You Go. Yes, and I did show you how to bind easy. I showed you how to do that binding. Check that out. Is that binding look phenomenal? It looks awesome, and it's easy. Yeah, it is totally easy. So binding is fun. Binding is fun. These are the small mug rugs. Y'all, I can't believe how many things we've done in the last few weeks. We have had lots of fun. Zipper bags. We made zipper bags. This zipper bag we made, and I made my own quilt square or fabric for the back of it. I pieced a bunch of small pieces together, and then that was the backing for this piece of fabric. Was that not cool? That was a lot of fun. We made a mug rug. This one is a mug rug. Super cute. And I showed you how to make that square. That square was a lot of fun. And like I said, we can go back and do these again. We'll go back and do these again. Because that quilt square, I like this quilt square. There's a pot holder. Pot holder's fun. Look at the quilting on that. So you can, have you made a big bag to carry? Oh my gosh, yes. I have made so many different bags. Where is, I got bags somewhere. But we can do big bags. We can totally do big bags. I love, yeah. I gave away all my mug rugs this weekend, but I'll be making some more. I'll be making some more on there. So I love the mug rugs. Mug rugs are a lot of fun. So we also have this one. So we did this one. This was a lot of fun. So I showed y'all how to make this quilt square. I showed you how to make this quilt square. And then we also quilted it. You have an idea for you, but I'll send you a message. Okay, yes, send me a message, Miss Amy, because like I said, we're going to have lots of fun. We will have lots of fun. So tomorrow, yeah, that was a fun live. So tomorrow we're going to do a baby quilt. We're going to do a baby quilt, quilting in the hoop. Friday is rope day. And then next week's schedule, I write down y'all's ideas because I want y'all to give me the ideas on what you want to make. So, you're making a crib cradle this week. Oh, how fun is that? Very cool. So Monday, we're making, pumpkin, trick-or-treat bags. I haven't figured that one out, but we're going to figure that one out. Tuesday, we're going to make aprons. We're going to make aprons on Tuesday. Miss Jackie needs some aprons, so we're going to make her some aprons. On Wednesday, we're making bags. What kind of bags do we want to make? We're actually going to have time to make a few, I promise. So maybe we can start small and go big. Maybe we can make 3 or 4 bags. Who knows? We'll see how many bags we can make. I'll have them all cut out and everything and ready. So we'll make a few different bags. We'll make some with zippers, some with buttons. We'll just have some fun. Some with Velcro, a car trash can, tote bags. Absolutely. And then, what are we making? I can't read my own writing. It says baby something. What does that say? I'll see. I have to figure out what that says. I don't know what that says. Anyways, if y'all remember what we were supposed to do with the baby something, I don't know. Remind me, because I'll have to figure out the schedule for next week. So, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, right? It's like, well, I like hurry up and try to write the things. So, and then B70, I'm going to do some research on the B70 machine for you. And then the Sapphire, I'll see if I can find a manual for that Sapphire. So, and help y'all out and do some help with y'all. So, yeah, exactly, Amy. Exactly. So, all right, I'm going to stack all this back up. We had fun. Yes, today was an absolutely fun live. I do apologize, like I said, for yesterday's live. For some reason or another, it cut my audio out, and I'm not sure why it cut the audio out. So I tried to re-download it again this morning. I was going to re-upload it, but so I mean, I guess I'll leave it there. It just doesn't have the audio, so I apologize. I apologize on that one. So I'm going to place an order from your... Oh, well, thank you, Miss Amy. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. You have a good day too, Vilma. You have a really good day. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. It is right here at 6:30. It was been a fun live this morning, and I'm excited. When I get home, I'll be seeing if I can, well, I appreciate you, Amy. I really appreciate you. I will, see you guys tomorrow morning, and we will be having, all right, coolness, Amy. I will check your message. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with us in the morning. It's lots of fun. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.